What's going on, guys? Welcome. This is my podcast, Slaaap Haaapy. Thank you for being here. If you are on YouTube right now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. Take 2 seconds. It'll mean the world to me. If you like this conversation, hit the like button and then drop a comment to let me know what you did or did not like about it. I've only just started doing these interviews. I'm enjoying them, but I want to know if you are as well. If you're listening on podcasts, apps like Spotify or Apple Podcasts, feel free to, give me a review, a rating, whatever you like. Just give me some context as to kind of how it's going and how you're liking them. I have heard from a couple of people in person that they're enjoying the conversations, but I would like to know in the comments on the videos. It also gives me a little bit of social proof if someone stops by and they see that, people are commenting, saying that they enjoy it, stuff like that. It means that that person is more likely to trust me with their time. And that I'm going to actually provide some value. So yeah, it'd be super dope if you could do that. I've only just started doing these conversations. I'm really enjoying them, as I said, but I want to know that you are as well. Anyway, this conversation is with a gentleman named Kill Carter. He is a hip-hop artist, rapper, singer, songwriter, all-round rockstar, Melbourne-based. He's also a talented illustrator and graphic designer, although we don't really talk about it too much in this conversation. In this chat, we basically... we talk about his creative process, his journey, kind of how he got into music, kind of some of the more recent projects that he's put out and projects that he's got planned for the rest of this year. I really enjoyed it. And, we spoke, he came to my house, we spoke at least for an hour and a half on the podcast, and then kind of off air, we spoke for probably another 3 hours. It was a really, really dope conversation and time. I've been watching Carter for a little bit now in terms of, going to see him play live and going to kind of consuming his content, whether that's his music or music videos. And the guy just, he's very deliberate. He puts a lot of time and effort into what he does. And I just love his energy. I really do. When I go to see people play live, people that I don't know, I'm looking for a presence on stage. I'm not talking just energy. I'm talking a presence. I'm talking about commanding a stage. I'm talking about knowing your moments in your set. I'm talking about, having levels, energy levels in your set. And the first time I seen Carter play, he had all of that. Just a real charismatic performer, and I fuck with him. I fuck with his steez. I fuck with a lot of the things that he's doing. So I'm glad that he came around. He gave me his time. We sat down, we chopped it up, and I hope you like it. Anyway, this is episode 49 of Slaaap Haaapy, my conversation with Kill Carter. Enjoy. And we're live, for another episode of Slaaap Haaapy.
Do it like this all day, hey, don't stop. Inhibitions run away, hey, don't stop.
That's right, we're here, people. I'm here with Carter.
That's me.
Kill Carter, how are you going today?
I'm good. Had my coffee, had my food, drive, fed my dog. Life is good.
Is that
how are you?
Bowie?
That is Bowie.
Yeah,
the one and only.
Yeah.
The dog
with
that I love.
The dope ass fringe.
Yeah. The man with the fringe who still pisses inside sometimes.
How old is he?
5.
Oh, really?
No excuse.
No excuse. Bowie, you need to sort your shit out.
Yeah. He's a bad boy, but
Yeah.
I love him. It's all right.
Yeah, he's cool. He's got mad energy. I loved it when I came over there and he was just all about the pats.
Yeah, I know.
I got
typical dog stuff.
I got a 14-month-old Kelpie pup.
Where is it?
She's a doggy daycare.
Oh, yo.
Because she's a bit of a menace when people come over.
Oh, good.
Men that she doesn't know.
Oh, shit.
And even men that she does know, actually, she kind of hates my dad and my brother, Luke. She when we first got her, Luke came to visit a couple of times.
Yeah.
And as soon as he walked up the stairs, she just fucking stood in the middle of the kitchen and just pissed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. That's retaliation.
Yeah. So she really ain't vibing that energy.
Fair. Each their own. I don't know. Yeah.
So I try to when I have people come over, I try to make sure she's at daycare because she's just so chatty. She just loves to fucking talk.
Yeah.
And, really get up in our faces. So we wouldn't be able to do this if she was here.
Yeah, fair.
But
fair.
I
respect it.
She's beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's full of love. She's just has that kind of in her.
Yeah. They all build a bit all built a bit weird.
Yeah. At the end of the day, they're fucking, you know, they're beautiful.
Yeah, individuals, huh?
Yeah,
Individuals.
100%.
Yeah.
So, all right, I want to jump straight into it.
Let's do it.
Where does the musical journey for Kill Carter start?
Musical journey. I would say, okay, so fun fact, before I turned like 7, I actually hated music. All the music entirely. Okay. I'm like the Grinch. I was like the Grinch. Anytime that people, like my parents would put on music in the car, I'm just like, gone.
Turn that shit off.
Yeah. I was an asshole, dude.
Why, what would you vibe instead? Like, what was your thing?
Silence.
What are you, a monk?
Absolute silence, dude. Nah, I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Just
with
a
me,
Zen
to be
master.
honest. No, like I just hated those sounds. I love TV shows. I like TV shows. I liked movies. But yeah, like anytime that my parents would put on music, I'm like, gone. I remember going to McDonald's and like sitting there and like, you know, like you're 6 and you get like your 5th happiest, like your 5th happy meal of your life, you know, like you vibing. But then like they'd be playing this shitty ass music. It probably wasn't even shit. In the McDonald's, I remember freaking out one time. I was just like, let it stop. But yeah, all of a sudden, when I turned, I think I was in grade 2 or grade 3, my mom gave me one of those like MP3 players. Yep. That can hold like 12 songs. Yeah.
Yeah, those are a fucking vibe.
Yeah, and it was like Michael Jackson, Eric Clapton, and like one Chris Brown song. Yeah. And I was like, yo, this shit fire.
Okay. How old were you? 11, did you say?
I would have been like year 3. Okay. Year 3 or something like that. So from that point on, I was like, okay.
So that was a bit of a turning point.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck I was on before that, but very strange, very, very strange now that I think about it. Yep. But yeah, so from that point on, I did that. And then, to be honest, it started when I started like playing guitar because like I was doing instruments way before I was like writing any songs or whatever. Yep. And I started playing guitar because I think it was about the same time that I started like liking music. I started playing guitar because there was this kid in my class who would play guitar and all the girls liked him. So,
classic. Got to pick up the chicks.
Yeah, so dude, I was like 8 at the time, you know, and I was like, nah, I got to get mad game.
Yeah.
So
now that's a classy move, actually.
It's classic, bro. But the thing is, man, like I feel like a lot of people start from that point, but like you got to be a special kind of animal to keep doing it for years and years and years at a time. You know? Yeah. So,
well, at that point, it's like infatuation. But what keeps the engine revving has to be something much deeper.
Yeah. That's exactly it. So I started playing guitar and I was like obsessed with it. And in high school, I started getting into like, one of my friends showed me Slipknot when I was in year 7 or year 8. And from that point, I was gone. I was just like in the hardcore and metal world, playing drums, playing guitar, like uploading YouTube videos every week. Yep. Like of me playing covers.
Of you just jamming out?
Of me playing covers of different songs. And like,
is this all on guitar?
Yeah. And drums as well. Yeah. So I would do basic ass mixing on the guitar and the drums and like upload whole covers of songs. Yeah. Except I wouldn't do the vocals because I was too in my shell. Yeah. At the time, I was like, nah, like I'll just stick to, you know,
just hand the instruments. Yep.
Yeah. So it all started from there, pretty much. I was playing a bunch of bands and that was such a good time though. You know.
What, is this in high school? Beginning of high school?
Yeah. That was it. Pretty much all of that was in high school. But like the whole time I listened to R&B and hip hop. Like I've always, from me not liking music to like me listening to everything, happened very quickly. Yeah. Okay. And but like
that's liking all music.
Yeah. But I didn't actually start writing lyrics, melodies, and recording voices until maybe like 4 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
Yeah. I'm 27.
Okay. That would have been my guess.
Yeah. I'm 27.
So you're 23 when you actually start writing lyrics, writing melodies, and before that it's all instrumentation, all just playing in bands. Yeah. Okay. So you never, like, were you doing any backing vocals or anything like that?
Never.
No, really?
Yeah. I'm a very shy person in that sense.
Yeah.
Like I probably didn't like music because it was too expressive for my little introverted mind at the time. I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with all of these emotions. Yeah, I don't know, man. And then all of a sudden, like, just like, you know, me going from not liking music at all to loving it. One day I was just like, I'm going to write lyrics. I just don't care anymore.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
What was it, like a newfound confidence that you got from something else that you did, or was it like an emotion that you got from something that happened where you were just like, I just need to put this, I need to write?
Okay. So all of my stories are super specific. So there was this one day, so before I was making music, I was working in architecture. So I did a degree in that, and when I was working there, I met this guy called James. So we started on the same day as graduates, right? And this is like maybe 6 months into the job. Like, you know, like you're 22, you're making good money for the first time in your life. Like life's, you know, it's all going good.
Yeah.
But then we went to where did we go? We went to Eastland. Or somewhere, I don't know what we were doing, but on the way back, very specifically, he put on this song called Rambo by Bryson Tiller and The Weeknd in the car. And I listened to it, and I was like, for some stupid fucking reason, my brain was like, I can do this. My brain was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then I just obsessed over that idea for maybe a few weeks, a month.
Yeah.
And and ignorantly, I quit my job and I was like, I'm just going to make music now.
Holy shit.
So, yeah, full sent it.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So that was 4 years ago. How long did it take before you listened to that song to the moment that you actually put pen to page and wrote something? Was it like that night you went home, fucking penned something, or you took some time to think about it?
Maybe 6 months. I was like...
But that planted the seed, that moment.
Yeah. No, that was absolutely the moment. Because I told him in the car, I was like, I'm going to quit my job.
Yeah.
Like, I was joking at the time, but just like, dude, this is sick. I'm going to quit my job.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. I quit my job.
Yeah, shit.
Oh, crazy times. Like, I made some really like... I don't know. I feel like it takes a certain level of ignorance to believe in yourself in that sense all of a sudden, and just to pursue something so ridiculous.
Yep. Well, that's actually there's that yellow book over there. It's Russ. It's All in Your Head.
Yeah.
And he has like, there's 3 like main pillars that he talks about, and one of them is I can't remember the word that he uses, but it's basically this kind of ignorance about normality. Exactly. And kind of like, you know, how you need to have like an element of it to actually achieve the heights that, you know, you aspire to achieve. Yeah. Because they're not normal heights.
Yeah.
Right? If you think about the normal day-to-day, you're going into the grind, architecture, whatever, that's the normal shit. That's like what society conditions us to think and feel, right?
Sure.
So if you think for a second that you're going to break that mold and do something different and be special for some reason, you're essentially going, well, I'm going to do something crazy. And that takes like a certain level of ignorance. And like, I can't remember the fucking word that he uses. It's very specific to actually, to make sense of kind of what we're both saying. But yeah, to think like, I'm going to be different, I'm going to be better. That's, you know, that's a thought that not everyone has.
Yeah, it's I think you're absolutely right. But also at the same time, it's like, I felt like I've always kind of waited, early days anyway, like I've always waited for some sort of permission from other people.
Yep.
So whether it's like someone saying, oh, you're great at this, you should go do this. Yep. Or like someone, I don't know, just like waiting for encouragement, waiting for affirmation, waiting for permission, you know, like to do something, you know. But you just got to a point where I was like, I don't really care about,
I don't want to ask anymore.
Yeah, like
I'm going to fucking kick the door down.
I give myself permission to be whatever I want to be. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's dope. Okay. So Bryson Tiller plants a seed, 6 months, start writing.
Yeah.
How long until you put your first song out?
2 years.
After that first writing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Took ages.
So we're talking like maybe, 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, like
The first song?
2.5 years ago, like 2000 and maybe 2 or 3. I'm not exactly sure.
Yep.
2 or 3. I think 2019 maybe.
Yeah, beauty. So really only releasing music for the last 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember the first song that you put out?
Yeah. First song was called 160 featuring Jasper.
Yep.
So that was ages ago. And then I did Understand It. That was like my first kind of like somewhat successful song.
Yep.
But I think it's just
Understand, is that the one with everyone's like dressed in black?
Yeah.
Cool.
So like looking back on those times, it's so dope because like my mindset at that time, what I knew at the time, my abilities, and just you can see the like trajectory. So I think looking back on stuff like that is super valuable. And I love how kind of like blindly confident and ignorant I was, because it just like looking back on it, I'm just like, why the fuck were you DMing all those people? Like, what are you doing, bro? Work on your shit, but like, I don't know. You stay consistent.
No, you got to have that. Yeah. I don't think, like, because if you don't go outside your shell. The world's a fucking big, scary, crazy place. And yeah, if you don't have an element of that, that ballsy brazenness, like, you know, my shit is fucking worth it, then you don't do anything. You stagnate.
Yeah, it's so strange, dude, because it's not even like this is what I found, like managing this, like I don't feel confident all the time at all.
Yep.
I would be very self-critical, but then be very like it's such a wave. It's such a wave. But I think the most important thing is just understanding when you're allowed to listen to yourself and when you shouldn't listen to yourself.
Yep.
Because some of the stuff up here is bullshit. And this is the thing, like if I wasn't doing entrepreneurial stuff, I wouldn't even be going inside my head that deep to find these things.
No, because people tell you how to live your life. Like boss says, get here at 9 a.m. Someone else says, do this at that time. You don't have to go that deep.
Yeah. And in a sense, like there is a certain joy from that as well, where your time off work is so much more valuable to you. Like I valued relationships and like time with friends and family so much more than I do now. Like whereas now I'm just like, all right, I need to do me and whatever. Like I feel like the perspective has changed a little bit. And
in terms of now you probably a little bit more selfish with your time and energy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. When sometimes I'm like, like you should probably, go to those things. And like, But anyway, I just think, having gone that deep inside my head to evaluate my thoughts and all that type of stuff, like there's certainly ways where when you understand yourself and where your thoughts come from, you're able to turn those thoughts against themselves and use them to your advantage in a way to like motivate yourself very specifically. Find out what things makes you go and what things make you stop. Yep. And play mind games. Yeah. Like I talk to myself. I play mind games with myself to, like we were talking about before. Make sure you get up in the morning and make sure you like stay on top of everything that you got to do, because there's fun stuff and there's stuff that you got to do that's not fun, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
Them ones. So yeah.
It's there's this book that I'm reading at the moment. It's called The 50th Law. It's Robert Greene partnered up with 50 Cent.
Right.
And it basically talks about like power and the transfer of power and how, how to gain power in kind of the modern day. And one of the ideas that they're talking about in this chapter that I'm reading right now is mastery, which is like Robert Greene wrote this like massive book called Mastery. But the idea that they're talking about is how most people nowadays, because of technology, because of like how many influences we can find on a day-to-day basis, don't have the patience and I guess the attention and the discipline to do the hard work required to do anything great. Most people are like, you know, like the mind wanders, you know, day in and day out from moment to moment, and we don't actually stick at anything for long enough to get really good at it.
Right.
That's actually going to change our lives. So what you're saying there is like, yeah, some shit is hard, but it's the hard that you need to do in order to actually make something out of yourself and make something out of this life.
Yeah. What you said just before about like actually staying consistent for a long enough time for you to get good at the thing.
Yep.
It seems so simple to me now, but it just like, I don't know, it never became so obvious early on for some reason.
Yep.
Because now I feel like, okay, cool. Like if I'm here and 3 years ago I was here, that means that in 3 more years I'll be here, and in 3 more years I'll be here. So if I just keep doing it, like I can't fuck this up.
But the thing about it is you're not actually going to be there. You're going to be here because of compounding.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
right.
in the actual moments compound. The longer you do them, the more if you're consistent for a long enough time, it's not like 1 + 1 = 2. It's 1 + 1 = 5.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just the way that these things work, and that's what people don't understand. Like the idea of compounding interest, right? You can't like save up for a year, then take like 2 years off and then start saving up. You're not going to get anywhere near the same amount of effectives if you were consistent that whole time.
Yeah.
And consistency is like, I don't think there's anything more important to be successful in this life than I would say momentum and consistency. Well, momentum comes from consistency.
Absolutely.
But consistency, like, I think is the number one thing.
Yeah. Definitely. You're able to, like, you know, people say like, oh, you know, he's spiraling downwards.
Yeah.
You know, because like, I don't know, because of partying, drugs, and bad life decisions, you know. You catch 1, you catch 2, you catch 3, you catch 4, and then it's like everything happens at the same time, right? But just like I was saying before, like you're able to reverse engineer that because you can certainly spiral upwards.
Totally.
As well. So if you start doing 1, 2, 3 uncomfortable things every day to every week, and then you start to see a pattern of like, I keep winning, like I actually cannot stop. And then you get on that like upward spiral too. So
you create good fortune for yourself.
Yeah. It's momentum, bro. You're not gonna get the momentum if you don't do the thing, you know? Yeah. And like it all stacks up. And I only speak from this with experience. Like no one has ever told me this before. And it's just over like the last few years of like full-time being creative. I'm like, wow, okay. So these are patterns that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
You know, once you catch the bad shit, they like all stack up.
Yeah, 100%.
But same thing works with the good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely it works the other way as well, 100%. And I don't think because people see too often the way that it works downwards.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're in a bad run, there was like 4 or 5 years ago, I broke up with like a long-time partner. I broke my hand. I got pulled over because the car wasn't registered. My pop died, all in like probably a month, you know. And you know what? The spiral down, people only see the spiral down. It's really hard to envision a spiral up because we don't spend enough time committing to the things that we need to actually see the spiral start to happen.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why the world is wired so pessimistically in a sense.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
And like, I don't know who said this. Could it be? I don't remember who said this, but
Jesus Christ.
The man himself. I remember watching something and someone was like, what if it does work out? You know, what if you do attain everything that you've ever wanted?
Yep.
And that's just not a thought that first of all, my parents have ever said to me.
Yep.
Or any of my teachers have ever said to me. It's just like, what if everything that you've dreamed of, that you wanted, you get?
Yeah.
Whereas from everyone who supposedly loves me, I guess it comes from a place of protection, but it's always like, you need to back up.
Yeah.
What if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out? And I feel like there's definitely value in having a plan B. But also at the same time, when people keep asking you, what if it doesn't work out? It does something to you over years and years and years and years and years of like just passive listening and passive learning and stuff like that. And I feel like, we really, like if I have kids, I'm going to be the other way around. Like,
Yeah.
what if it all works out?
Go hard, motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, what if it does, you know? And yeah, that's how I like look at a lot of my shit too. Just like, it'll work out.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, if you're not going to believe in you, then I mean, like it's already hard enough trying to get anyone else to believe in you. But like, if you're not going to even believe in you, then no one else definitely will.
Yeah. Mind games.
Yeah, 100%. Wait, check this out.
Yeah. The backup plan.
No backup plan.
Oh, no backup plan. I was going to, no backup.
Is there a band called The Backup Plan?
No, I don't think so. I thought, oh my God. I thought what that meant was like, in case the talking doesn't work, you're just going to have to start throwing hands.
Start throwing, yeah?
Yeah, the backup plan. I think that's what I wanted it to be in my head. I'm like, that's awesome.
Boys, you always got to have fucking the boys ready to go, you know?
The backup, no backup plan. No, I fuck with that, bro.
I got that when I was like, maybe like 24, where I grew up, very small minded kind of little country town.
Yeah.
Everyone's white and like, you know, middle class and fucking, you know, everyone plays footy and goes to a pub and shit like that. And, you know, there's not a lot of open-minded, you know, there's definitely no rappers there, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just remember everyone kind of doing the same thing. And I was just like, man, I don't care if I fucking die on this road. I'm not getting off this road.
Yeah.
I will gladly die on this road.
Yeah, dude. See, like that's crazy thoughts.
Yeah.
You know, like that's crazy thoughts.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you think of the tattoo?
I think it's great. I feel like even getting tattoos, bro,
That's pretty much,
has kind of given me a new perspective as well. Because I've always wanted, it's just like music, right? I've always wanted to make music. I've always wanted people to appreciate my music, just like I've always wanted to get tats.
Are they all kind of newish?
Yeah.
How new?
Wait,
are you allowed to disclose
what I have?
Yeah, because is anyone going to watch this that might?
No.
Like
Everyone, no. They know. But like the ones on my arm and the one on my chest were from last year, and like these ones are kind of old. But what I was trying to say was I've always wanted that, but to actually just be like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Man, like
freeing.
Yeah, it's freeing.
Yeah,
it's freeing, and I don't know why it's taken me so long. Like I have to battle myself a lot.
Yeah.
With like shit like this, where I'm just like, oh, do I do it? Do I not do it? Is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? Like I get into that too.
Yeah. How long, in terms of like tattoos, like how long is the process in terms of like do you find an idea and you have to toy with it for a little while? Like, is this me? Are people going to judge me on this? Like, is that what it is? Like a little bit of a deliberation?
At first, it was when I was like the other ones I got were like when I was 19 and 20 or whatever. At the time, I was like, oh, I need to think about this and whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ones from last year were just
fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's a great way to be.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't need permission from like the same permission thing that we're talking about. Like,
yep.
I don't need people to tell me. Yes.
And I think like deliberating or like kind of indecision.
Yeah.
Like kind of fucks you up. Like
it does.
It slows you down. It's
not helpful.
It's wind drag. You don't need it. Like
it's not helpful, man. And what I really admire about like 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds who are covered in tats, or people who start, seriously pursuing music or acting or any sort of, just being entrepreneur at the age of 15 and whatever. It's not necessarily like the skill or the whatever, but what baffles me is like, how the fuck do you know that's exactly what you want at that point in your life?
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
You probably haven't had enough time to realize or to make enough mistakes to realize that that's what you want.
Yeah, I really don't know, because I feel like with all of my decisions have come from exactly like you said, being in uncomfortable situations and mistakes. It's kind of like life is pointing me towards a direction like this is the only place that you can go because all of these ones didn't work out.
Yeah.
But like people be making their minds up at 15 just like, yup, this is what I'm doing. I'm like...
Surely that's mom and dad though, at that point.
Oh, I don't know. Hey, I don't know.
Some people are just
some
like,
kids are just
so
savage.
switched on.
Yeah, some kids are just crazy, man. I used to coach basketball, and like some of those kids, it's the same thing. They just know.
Yeah, right.
And you're like,
God bless
true.
them.
Yeah, nice.
God bless them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. I still have no idea. What am I talking about?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But look, I think there's value in both journeys, you know, and everyone's story is different. But
this is the thing, and this is the thing that I argue about, or not argue, but if anyone ever brings this kind of like point up with me, the difference, and I'm only defending this path because I am older and I haven't kind of made it where I want to make it to yet. So I got to kind of defend my position. But the difference between someone who like gets everything when they're like 16, say they blow up, say they fucking, you know, they know exactly what they want, they reach those stars when they're 16. And the difference between that and like, say, you know, Mask Wolf, I think he was like 34 or something when he blows up, is at 16, you still might burn out by 20 and go, fuck, this ain't for me. And then totally, you know, do something completely different. Whereas like at 34, if you get it by then, you definitely know that's what you want because you've just dedicated an entire lifetime to it. Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
So like I don't think there's like I'm not saying the 34-year-old is better, but I'm just saying like it isn't necessarily better to get it while you're young either.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like as someone who is in the music industry is definitely somewhere where it fetishizes youth, 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like
sexiness, youth.
Yeah, you know, like in a way, and people like anomalies. You know, it's like wow, like 1 in a billion type thing. He's 15 and he's so amazing. And like Justin Bieber, insane. Yeah. Billie Eilish, insane. Like they are those freaks out in the world. But like I think in terms of me, this is like I agree with what you're saying, but also I think the overall like your story as an artist, right? I feel like I know exactly who I am and I know exactly who I'm speaking to. Yep. And I know exactly what type of people that I'm capable of inspiring. Yep. And that took a long time for me to figure myself out as a person. And like, if I am where I am today when I was 18, my ego would have just taken over. Yeah. And I would have fumbled the bag for sure. Yep. Because like, I didn't even like, you know, what my dad always tells me is like, I'm glad that it's taking you a while. Yep. I'm glad that you've had to like smash your head into walls and work for it, because when you do get it, you will be able to you'll savor it, sustain it. Yeah, yeah. And not fall off, and especially doing it independently, and you know, kind of self-managing a lot of my stuff intentionally, because I want to just have as much knowledge around what is required as possible. Yep. And maybe one day I can take those skills and apply it to help others. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like all of this hardship, everything, it all adds up, but it's also hella fun as well. Like there's come up and like random opportunities that happen, and like it all keeps it so much more exciting. Yeah, yeah. Because it's like eating spicy food, bro. Like if you go straight from 0 to 100, yes, the first few times it's gonna be spicy as hell, but then you get used to it and there's no more room. Totally. Yeah, you need that. You need the levels. You need the context. Yeah, you need the context, because I think that's really important. Like I heard there's this podcast called Dem Ones. Have you seen them? No, I haven't. They're these two guys. I think they're from Melbourne. They've been doing this podcast, long form, like 2-hour kind of sit down conversations, interviews, where they talk about everything current and trending in like hip hop and pop culture. Right. And they talk to a lot of people in hip hop. They talk to like they had Mason Dane on there. They had fucking, I don't know. They've had heaps of people. Yep. Anyway, one thing they were kind of saying the other day was like, you know, maybe they had Solly. I think he's a DJ. I think he DJs for like 1-4, or he might work with them somehow. Right. And he was on there, and they were talking about drill in Australia, and like, did it go too hard too soon, and is it kind of like struggling at the moment because like it boiled so quickly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It just fucking, it went from like, who are these guys to like their like international names in 1 year.
Yeah.
And like, you know, did it kind of pop off too quick? And then now what do they do?
Yeah, it's fascinating, hey, to see how like all of these trends work. But I don't know, like I see what you're saying, but in terms of like, I feel like as artists, you can't control those things.
You absolutely can't.
You just make the bangers and whatever happens.
Yeah, you
know?
can't. You just hope for the best.
But like adapting into, you know, different genres and different sounds, how to stay on trend, but also stick to your brand and stay true to yourself. Like all of these things are great skill in its own.
Yep.
You know, like it's easy to follow a pattern, but once in a while you get those super unique artists that pop up, and they're the ones. So
they're the ones.
yeah,
100%. So has it? I did notice on the SoundCloud that there was a Carter there.
yes.
Or was that on YouTube? So did it used to be Carter?
Yeah, it used to be Carter. It's funny that you say that because I literally changed that like a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, there used to be a Carter. Silly mistake.
Why'd you add the kill?
Well, first of all, there's too many Carters going on in the world.
Yeah, fuck
'em. And my things were popping up on search engines and things like that. And
that makes sense.
that was annoying me for a while.
Yep.
Because it's just like too hard to find, you know? And like if I'm marketing my music on the internet, I want it to be as easy as possible.
Yeah, 100%.
And Kill, that's a collective that me and the boys started about 2 years ago. So me, St. Prince, Sin Santos, and Chucks.
Okay.
So we were running events before COVID. We did a couple of really good ones. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
So that's where it came from. And, you know, it just felt natural.
So which one came first? You started the Kill Collective?
The Kill Collective, we kind of all sat around and came up with a name together. I don't remember whose name, like who suggested that specifically, but we're all sitting in my studio and we figured it out. And so that came first, and I was still Carter at the time. And I just needed a name change. Yeah. So my things actually pop up. So
I think the visibility is a really big thing that I don't think a lot of people think about at the beginning. Like
absolutely.
And you only realize that once you actually start putting a bit of content out. Yeah. Once you start doing a few things. Especially now, it's probably more important than ever because of the saturation. Yeah. You know, so yeah, getting the name right is just, you want it to be memorable, but you also want it to be searchable.
For sure. Yeah. I think currently my name is definitely memorable, but also if you type KILL into Instagram, nothing pops up because it's a violent term. And if you just write my name on Instagram, like in a comment, report, like thing will pop up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I kind of like that though.
Yeah, it's a bit dangerous.
I kind of like that though. Exactly. Like say my name in the comment section and get reported, baby.
You like the Candyman. Say my name 3 times and
Instagram just bans your ass. Yeah, no, I'll take it. But like,
that's cool.
Yeah. At the end of the day, look, it's just a name.
Yeah.
You know, like, where did Carter come from? No idea. I just wanted a 2-syllable name. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah. It doesn't have anything to do with your government name?
Nope.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. My government name I don't even use is Zgen. It's just on my passport and my driver's license. Yeah. That's always good for. My parents don't even call me that.
What do they call you?
Johnny.
Johnny, okay.
Yeah. So that's the name that my mom names me when I was born. Yeah. So I got a Chinese name, I got an English name. And obviously, I just used my English name, and Carter made it up. Yeah, out of thin air. Didn't really think like for how much I think about random things. Like that would just like I'll be Carter, easy. Don't know why. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Well, that saves you from the indecision then, because you could easily take 6 months to fucking figure out a name, and or that whole time you just could have been putting music out.
Dude, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. Yeah.
Pull the trigger, put the music out.
Yeah, to put music out at the start was a tough one too. this is another thing that people don't realize when they first start, and probably is why a lot of people haven't started, is they don't know anyone. Who is going to record you?
Yeah.
Who's going to mix you? Who's going to take your photos, shoot your videos?
Yeah.
Where do you play shows? Who are the promoters? Like what? Like the
Where do you start?
where the hell do you start? Dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's such a big challenge, man.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest part, to be honest. Like
It's pretty daunting.
yeah,
Because you think everyone is like, if you actually end up meeting people, you just think they're instantly a pro because you didn't know they existed. So like even having conversations about, hey, do you want to help me or can we work on something? Like that's fucking daunting because you don't know, what you can say if you're overreaching.
yeah, absolutely, man. And I I feel like that's the common mistakes that you got to make, though.
100%.
Yeah, you got to have those DMs where you're like, oh fuck, shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you one now that's like kind of funny, and I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
It makes me almost cry from cringing.
Yeah.
Do you know that group Spit Syndicate?
Oh yeah.
You know Spit Syndicate?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they're DJ Joyride, big guy.
Yeah.
So he's also obviously singer-songwriter, has his own project. On One Day is like very well known in the Australian hip hop community, right? Been around for a while. Anyway, there was a show at a venue in Sydney. 360 was touring, probably back in 2014.
Yeah.
And before 360, a guy named Seven and Mr. Hill jumped on to open.
Right.
And Joyride jumped up for a song with them. Anyway, he gets off. He's got a fucking great voice. Big human as well. Humongous human. He'd be easily over 7 foot. Anyway, he gets off stage and he's in the crowd vibing out after he gets off the stage.
Yeah.
And I walk up to him and I'm like, hey man, because I'd seen his videos. I knew who he was. I'm like, hey man. And I know no one. I got no idea. I'm just a dude making raps in my bedroom and fucking, just praying for the best. I walk up and I'm like, hey. And I like look up at him. He's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, so are you at the point in your career where you're like, charging people to sing on their songs and stuff? And he's like, yeah, I am. And then just kind of turned back to the music. And I was just like, okay. And then I kind of went and did my thing. He was polite. He was lovely. But he was also like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I think about that all the time. And I'm so appalled. If I ever have to run into him again, I'll definitely apologize. But
No, you should do the same thing again.
just out of curiosity.
You should do the exact same thing again.
Has anything changed? Or are you still like, can I get a free verse or something?
Bro, you have to do the exact same thing again.
God,
you have to tell this story on your podcast, and then you have to film yourself do the exact same thing.
Oh God,
that would be awesome.
It was just, man, it's so fucking embarrassing.
No, that's great, dude. Like I've said, yeah, man. You like send verses out to people. You're like, hey, you want to jump on the song, but like, they wouldn't have jumped on the song.
You got no idea how it works.
Yeah.
There is a very interesting story that I have about this guy named Jay West, who in the early or the late or mid noughties, 2005, he was one of the first guys who popped off in this country as like a hip hop artist. Yeah. He was from LA. He moved here for basketball when he was 19 or something, played pro basketball, but then kind of took up music, ended up being a really good producer. And he was like one of the first dudes in Australia to be on like MTV and Channel V and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I actually after he kind of was past his prime, I guess, I DM'd him on Facebook around that time. And he actually replied to me and he said, hey, what's your number? And he called me and we spoke about music, and he's probably the only guy that's ever actually replied. Most guys are just like,
that's sick.
Duck it.
And dude, you'd be surprised at who replies.
Yep.
In just as many embarrassing things that's happened, but also I've gotten some DMs from people where I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is sick.
Some cool stories have come out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's just important to not take yourself too seriously and fucking shoot your shot, bro.
Shoot your shot, and then don't be afraid to get fucking knocked down.
Yeah, dude.
Keep shooting.
That's it, man. And sorry, I'm about to expose him a little bit, but when I first met Martyr, we were in my living room. Oh no, we were in my garage and we were just having a chat. And he said that when he was younger, he read this book about how to build confidence.
Yep.
And I think he knew that he needed to make some sort of adjustment in his mindset if he wanted to take this music thing seriously. And he used to go out and clap really loud in public.
What, just to see if what people did?
Oh, just to be like, this is a fucking strange thing to do. Let me do it. And then just get everyone's eyes on him.
And just absorb that moment.
Yep. So as like a means of practice.
I love it.
So I was sitting there like, you're a fucking sicko, bro. But hey, like, I feel like those type of things, like shooting your shot, getting rejections, getting people's faces, kind of doing this, you know, like it's worth it. It all, 100%. It all builds up into something and tells you that none of this matters. It's just 2 seconds. No one really cares.
Yeah, you'll wake up tomorrow, you'll get on with your life, they'll get on with their life, and it's like, you know.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. So, yeah, don't be standing your own way.
Yep, totally. So I have a question. One part of it you can answer, the other part you're welcome to not answer.
Okay.
I noticed that there was a visualizer that you had on your YouTube, or at least I think you had it on your YouTube.
That's gone?
That's gone.
Yeah.
So this is the first part of the question. I noticed that you like visualizers because you did one with the freestyle.
Yeah.
And you did one with this song, which I can't remember the name of. Yeah. One is, so the first part of it is, what's your take on visualizers? Clearly you like them and clearly they have a place for you.
Yeah.
And then also, why did you remove that visualizer? And you don't have to talk about the second part.
Great question, because I got a story for you.
Okay, dope.
So visualizers, I think visuals are extremely important in presenting any sort of content. Or sorry, anything that you do nowadays, it needs a image that either provides context or is attractive or is shocking or, I don't know. You need to fight for people's attention and also just present your idea as a whole, because like you're giving people an audio experience, but what happens in people's heads is that they'll, I don't know, figure out a context. You know, either they think about their own personal experiences or they think about colors or moods, or brain does, you know, crazy things.
That's if you don't provide the context, they create their own.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times, like when I think about a song, this is just me though. So when I think about a song, my brain jumps to what the artwork looks like or what it was like at the live show that I went to or whatever. Like it always has a context.
Yep.
So if I'm putting out a song, I always like to give it a color, give it a vibe, give it a mood, give it something for people to, you know, watch and listen to at the same time. And sometimes it doesn't even need to be heavily produced or whatever, but I think it's important to always bring the two sides of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
And in terms of the video, so currently in a bit of a dispute with YouTube and the internet. So apparently, I've got the rights to that beat.
Yeah. And
then someone else, some dude from Brazil, reported me on YouTube and said that he's got the rights. And oh, dude, it was crazy. So this happened in like January or February.
Yeah.
So
they took it down?
He sent me a message. He was like, look, I've got the rights to this. It's produced by this guy. It wasn't. And I've reported it to YouTube. Now you can either,
ultimatum.
He gave me an ultimatum, yeah. Never met this guy in my life. Never spoke to him in my life. He was like, I love your music. You need to do a dual release song with me on this song with myself as a feature on your Spotify, your YouTube, or whatever. Otherwise, I'll get YouTube to take the song down. So I wake up to this giant paragraph from this dickhead of a Brazilian man.
Yeah.
Pretty much saying that he demands a feature.
Yeah.
And my reaction was, fuck you.
Yeah.
And man didn't really like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then
so he pulled the trigger.
So then he pulled the trigger. I was like, I would not negotiate with terrorists, brother. I'm not doing this today. If you're gonna come, like, and also I looked at his music.
Yeah.
It was dog shit.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like, if he was actually kind of, you know, if he was nice, if he had a fucking following, you might be like, you know, let's work something out.
Yeah. Nah, that dude is straight human garbage.
But you need to come with the right attitude as well. Like, doesn't help coming with that energy.
No, but like the crazy thing was, I was like, okay, show me the contract that you have with the producer. Because here's mine.
Yep.
And he's like,
oh, you produce yours.
Yeah, like, because what?
You had it there.
Yeah. So I was like, look, here it says I have the rights to this, that, or whatever. And then he's like, well, good luck telling that to YouTube. And I've been trying to dispute this with YouTube, but that shit takes so long, man.
It was about 2 months ago and you didn't look at it for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes. Yeah, so look, it's in the process of getting fixed, but I think sometimes you get lucky with certain things on the internet, and this is definitely one of those times, and YouTube is very savage.
Yeah.
In terms of taking stuff down, banning stuff, and whatnot. So
as soon as this gets cleared, it goes back up?
That's the plan.
Because I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, a little bit of vulnerability time here. I think that was one of the first things I saw of yours, and not the first thing, but it was like one of the first things, and that actually made me more of a fan of you than like a full-on music video. Right. Because I think the fact that you went to that effort to create a narrative and like set a scene and like have a color palette and all that stuff, just the thought behind it, I was like, all right, I fuck it. This is cool. Like that extra effort, you know, like was something different. Yeah.
So like that whole thing is a bit cursed there. So I made that song about my ex.
Yeah.
And I shot that at my ex's house, the one after that. Yeah. And now that one's also my ex.
Oh, wow.
So it's just, it's an inception of...
Maybe it needs to stay off YouTube.
Yeah, I made... Yeah, so that was crazy. Like, my ex had like a really sick apartment. Yeah. So I was just like, oh, can I shoot it here?
Yeah.
She was nice enough to let me do it, but yeah, it's all a bit cursed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So fans versus friends. All right. So I wrote this because it's something that I'm thinking about a lot.
Like in a fist fight or?
What's that? Like who would win?
Yeah. The backup plan.
You should see what I got written on the other one.
Oh, shit.
The big dog.
The big.
Yeah, so what I've noticed is that you seem to have a healthy blend of fans and friends in your like supporting you and at your shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you? Because I feel like when you're first starting out, you kind of obviously can only get your friends and family and stuff to come to shows.
Sure.
But at a certain point in time, you need, like, you still want them to be a part of it, but you kind of need fans.
Yeah.
Because like it's really hard to sustain a music business or like a career off of friends.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, are you starting to feel like that? Like that there's a lot of fans there now?
I mean, it depends on your definition of a lot. Like, to some people it's like millions.
Do you feel like it's growing?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I can feel the growth and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, and I try to. Well, first of all, I appreciate my friends. Some of the best people ever.
You got to really like your group, and I said this to Kieran, but like I don't know if are they your like the music group of friends that you have is really fucking cool. Like you have a great music group of friends.
Yeah. I think so too, and all of that just comes from like years of going around shaking hands, and eventually you meet some good ones, Yep. And I think it's all about give and take in terms of that, like you show people love, and then they give you the same in return. You give people support, and they give you the same in return.
Yep.
And that all goes back into the point where I was saying, like, when you first start out, where the hell are these people?
Yep.
It's not only that you need to connect with these people on a professional level, but also like when you have a bad day, you got to have someone to talk to about.
Yep.
And it's so hard, like. For years, I was hustling my housemates and like my other friends who weren't in music when I first started out, like, oh, this is happening or that's happening or whatever. Like, it's so hard to explain the context and what's actually important and what it means to me. But when you start gathering that echo chamber of people around you, and if everyone's positive, like I've really noticed that all of us kind of started kicking goals.
Yep.
Sort of at around the same time of like finding each other, and it's amazing. It's really, really cool because it's, in a way, it's all I've ever wanted, you know, to just be in an environment where it's like music and creativity and opportunities and ideas and non-judgmental stuff. You know? And it's I'm very grateful for that. But also in terms of fans as well, like I think that, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we do it for, you know? Like I'm here to entertain people. I'm here to like show people a good time, I guess. And if people want to come, either come to my concert because, you know, it's energetic and it's fun, or they listen to my music for whatever reason, I'm so grateful for it because to me, I'm just, like I see myself every day, you know? But when people get that glimpse of, you know, a song or whatever and they connect to it, it makes it all so much cooler. You know, because so many artists have done that for me.
You just want to pay it forward. I don't really think about that in the back of my head, like, oh, like they're gonna love this shit, like when I make stuff. But when that's the result, it's rewarding. And it definitely motivates, you know, everyone to do a bit more and push a bit harder. Speaking of fans and it being rewarding, tell me about the story of, what was old mate's name from Newcastle?
Oh, Dylan.
Dylan, that was it.
Dylan, my boy. So I was fortunate enough to play this festival in Newcastle called This That with YNG Martyr. Like we're on stage for like 40 minutes in front of a crowd that we've never, like, at that point, you're counting strictly on fans and no friends. You have to create the vibe, and people are there to see you compared to all the other acts at the festival around that time, right? So that, I think, is a little bit daunting. In a sense where you're like, I don't know who's going to come. I don't know if they're going to hate this, they're going to love this, they're going to, like, you just have
Are they going to know any of the songs?
Exactly, right? So we did that, and it was so positive, man. It's what I was saying before, which is like you see these numbers on the internet, you know, whether they're 20, 50, 50,000, 100,000, million or whatever. Like, especially in lockdown, they're just numbers, you know? But when you start to see that stuff in person, like, and this goes for Martyr as well, like, you know, when you start seeing that stuff in person, like, oh, that's one person and he or she looks so happy to be here, to be in the crowd. And like, they know the words, but like, you know, it's just one on the internet. You know, but like people got goals of like, oh, 500,000, 100,000 and stuff like that. But like when you actually see it in context, it's beautiful, man. Like it makes it all make sense. In a way. And Dylan's up the front. He had like this face paint shit going on. He had a bucket hat on. And then, bro, like he was rapping his ass off. And I'm like, damn, I need to pass him the mic. So I passed him the mic. And he grabbed it and we're just going off. And afterwards we took some photos and then said what's up and whatever. And, you know, obviously a very nice guy, very energetic. And I just thought, you know, like I've always been about, you know, creating moments. You're like, whether I have 50 fans or 50,000 fans, I'm going to treat it the same way. You know, like I used to buy Uber Eats for my fans. It's so funny, bro.
Holy shit.
I'll do like quizzes online, like giveaways for merch or whatever. And like, I'll send food to their house. This is like maybe a year ago in lockdown, I sent like $100 worth of KFC to this guy in Rush's house.
Fuck.
He likes my music. And then we were doing, I forgot what it was, but I got KFC sent to his house in Moscow. It was awesome.
In Moscow?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, dude. I had to go through like, they didn't have like Uber Eats or whatever wasn't working. So I had to go on this like third party account or whatever. But like it took me 2-3 hours. But we made it work. We made it work. That was awesome.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I did that with like other people in Melbourne as well that listen to my music. I just sent them food.
Dude, $100 worth of fucking wicked wings. Oh,
dude, it was like I don't know what he got, but he had like 4 of these bags.
Big
and he took
bags,
a selfie.
yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like I love these things, you know. Like I'm a people pleaser in that sense. Like if I can make someone happy
create a moment
or have a laugh, like fuck yeah, I'll take it.
So Dylan, did he rap the whole set?
I
Or
only
like new moments from every song kind of thing?
I only saw him at the end.
Right.
When he was like boy was going off in there.
Yeah.
But even like, you know, that was Martyr's set. And people knew Nactics word by word. And, you know, people knew Ease Off and, you know, played a lot of new songs of his. And, you know, just like from me, from the perspective of like a friend, seeing his growth and like how these people are responding to him, I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
For him to like have that moment and be like, wow. Yeah. This is where the people's at. Yeah. You know? And when I played Cry Don't Cry, this is the funniest thing. Like I got to play like 4 songs during the set. And when I did Cry Don't Cry, there were people in the crowd like sing that shit back to me.
Hectic.
And I was like, first of all, this is not my set. Yeah. I'm just here. Second of all, why the fuck do they know this? Yeah. And I turned around to Kieran. I was like, you see this? And Kieran's like, dude, I think they see it. Yeah. So that was really cool. But later on, I went into the crowd and I was like, I asked Dylan the same thing because he knew the song. I was like, how did you find this? And Spotify. Yeah. Radio or Spotify algorithmic playlists. Yeah. Stuff like that. Yeah. And that's where it was from because me and Martyr have made some music together before. So
Right. So it would have popped up in like artists you like or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, it just comes up afterwards. So to them, it's like, oh, you're that person with that song. I didn't know what you look like or whatever. But like it's all in that one day that I started seeing like the power of the internet in that sense. Because like when you're like just in the studio or whatever, you kind of like not, you know, you're not really in the mix. You're not seeing the impact of your music. You're not seeing these things.
And that people fucking like, you know, people will knock Spotify like, you know, for their payout rate and stuff like that. That conversation's always going on.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, like, you don't fucking get on that stage and have like random people in Newcastle, a place that you've never been to, be listening to and singing every fucking word if it's not for Spotify in that moment.
Yeah. It's fascinating. And, you know, like...
as a marketing tool, it's one of the best things to ever happen to independent artists.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Absolutely. Yeah, so it just puts it so much more in context. And it kind of changed the way that I see things a lot. I used to see this whole thing as like, okay, cool, you made the songs and then you gotta go on the internet and then you gotta market it through like content, influencer marketing or like, I don't know, repost, memes or whatever. But I think now I'm just gonna try and go around to different places and play as many shows as possible and shake those hands. If I gotta build these relationships one by one, I'll do it.
100%. I love that.
Yeah, I think I also forgot who said this. I want to say Rick Rubin, but I could be completely wrong. But like you only need like 1,000 fans to be invested in your music, like as a core fan base. Yep. In a sense, like as a rock figure, right? Because if 1,000 people spend $100 on you every year, so that comes from maybe a t-shirt, you know, some accessories, a concert ticket. Yeah. That's it.
Bunch of streams. Like just a couple of streams will do that.
A bit of streams. 100 people. Sorry.
1,000.
1,000 people, $100 each. That's $100,000. Yep. Plus everything else that will come with it. So, and when I break it down like that, it's like, okay, if I got to shake 1,000 hands and create a bunch of cool experiences for someone, like Dylan's never been on a plane before. I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
That was his first
time on a plane.
First time leaving Newcastle.
Really?
First time on a plane.
Hectic.
And to me, I'm just like, I'm so glad that I could be a part of it. That's awesome. Like, that's a life moment for you. Yeah. And for me too. But like that's the special part about music because like, you know, I've got I don't know how much me and him really have in common besides we like the same music. Yep. And the fact that you can bring people together in that sense, sensational.
And now, because of the time you've taken and the investment you made, like that's a fan for life. Like
Yeah.
he's gonna fucking ride with you for life because he'll never ever forget that.
Yeah. But like, you know, I don't even think about it like that. It's just I appreciate people for appreciating me. And
yeah, it's definitely a residual effect that, you know, you're glad is there, but it's not the reason you did it.
yeah, for sure. And I can't wait to do more cool shit for people as I get more money. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
be sick as fuck. I'll do some wild stuff. It'll be insane.
Shots.
I have it in my head.
Okay.
One.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. I'll buy people cars and shit. You'll be awesome. You'll be sick.
That's it, people. You're hearing this. Start streaming Kill Carter right now.
Yeah.
The man just said he's going to give away a car.
Yeah. I will give away a car
Yeah, that's dope.
to your favorite auntie.
All right, let's dig into Eden.
Yep. Let's do it.
So I'm just going to say that I wasn't, obviously I've only just kind of got to know you recently, but so I wasn't around for like the, you know, the release of it and all the planning and all the kind of rollout of it. But I can already tell after the fact, just from looking at everything, that it was thought out, planned, branded, and released well. I can see that from the outside. So yeah, I would like to know kind of like how long ago did that start? Who kind of like masterminded the release plan? And yeah, kind of how specific were you about, you know, the branding and the look and feel of it, the whole thing?
Okay, so in terms of creating it, I created it all entirely in lockdown.
Yeah.
I never really intended on making a...
Like in 2020, sorry?
2021.
2020, okay.
Yeah. No, sorry. 2020. Yeah, you're right. I never intended on making a punk alternative influence hip hop tape. Just kind of happened.
Right.
I just got so bored during lockdown, dude, and I think that's a really good part of it because it forced me to kind of experiment and go into different things because every day I'm just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So started off as that. I had like one song, another song. Avalanche came first.
Yep.
That was the first one from the tape that came. And then after that, I was like, whoa, I'm never like, this is a interesting little approach that I took. And after that, I think it was the order of it went, Avalanche came first. And then Cry Don't Cry happened like 2 days after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, let's go. I feel like all the rest just kind of came one after another. I made Fool the day after me and my ex broke up.
Yeah.
I made Crash in the Benz 2021.
Yep.
And I left it on a hard drive for like 9 months.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this song sucks.
Yeah.
And then one night I got stoned and I listened to it. I was like, this slaps. I need to keep this.
Did you only think it sucked because of the moment in time, like just because of the relationship ending or something like that? Or did you think the music sucked?
I think I was just second guessing myself, which is a classic scenario.
Right,
Like,
of course.
Sometimes you make what you make and then you listen to it again 5 hours after, it feels different. A day after, it feels different. 2 days after, it feels different. Like, it needs to, like, you kind of need to give it time to take on a life of its own.
Yep.
So I used to be like, man, like, I just made a bang today. This is the best thing ever. But never really true.
Yeah.
You gotta give it a couple days.
Mm-hmm. Let it breathe.
Yeah. To figure that stuff out. So I've got so many songs on my hard drive, and a lot of them are genuinely not good.
Yeah.
But some of them are really good.
Yeah.
And I do go back and rinse through it.
Yeah, cool.
Once in a while to see what's there. But so that's kind of like the music creating side of it.
Can I just ask, did they all get produced by the same person?
No. Various different people.
Okay. Because that's cool. Like I guess like sonically, it all kind of feels like really similar? It
Hell
almost
yeah.
feels like it was the same person.
Hell yeah, man. Good beat choices. Also made a lot of songs.
Yeah.
And I kind of like.
Oh, you could have cherry pick up.
Yeah. And Kieran definitely filled the gaps.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, Riverine. Shout out. So that was the first thing that me and him started working on. Avalanche was the first mix. I think that mix took like 12, 13 revisions or some shit like that.
Right.
I had like big ass stacked vocals and yeah, anyway.
So when he's putting up the mean TikToks, talking shit about
A lot.
Is this you?
Yo, listen. I'm one of Kieran's biggest, like most consistent clients.
Yeah.
And look, bro.
So that's a yes.
Yeah. A lot of those memes are
Your boy.
yeah, your boy. But like I'm
Own it.
yeah, I'll
That's what
take
it
it.
is.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like I think me and him have a very good working relationship.
Yeah.
In that sense, like I like we both want the best result at the end of the day.
Yep.
I tend to get in my head sometimes, but he's very good at being like, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Because I think there's like a push and pull that happens where you go, look, I'm thinking this. I think like a good relationship is where you actually know where the boundaries are and you go, look, I'm going to give you a little bit of rope, but this is where I'm going to draw the line.
Yeah.
I think that's where a good, like too much of either, like giving too much rope, but also not giving any rope. I think too much of either is not healthy for a relationship.
Yeah.
But I think, if you got to be able to give and take. So
yeah, so it's really good in that sense.
Yeah.
He tells me when to call it, when to stop.
Yeah, dope.
And I've learned a lot in that sense. And I'm starting to like, be able to call those shots myself and whatever. It's just maturity.
100%.
Maturity, being more secure in your sound and what you sound like and, So he mixed and he produced in Hollywood and he did a bunch of like executive producing over a lot of it.
Yeah.
So that's the music creation side of it. But I feel like in terms of the release, there was a lot to do with the visuals and the videos. So Nick Ray shot Avalanche.
Yep.
That was the first one that was shot.
It's a great video.
Yeah, thank you, man. And then we did Cry Don't Cry. Braden and Nick did that one.
Mm-hmm.
That video was all done at my old place.
Okay.
And I mean, there were like some outdoor shots or whatever, but like we decked it out.
Yeah.
And that was an effort, but like a very memorable experience as well. I like loved the final result.
Yeah.
And Full was at my ex's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And Crashing the Benz was a pure visualizer. So
Yeah.
I worked with this guy from Spain called MPK.
Yeah.
And he's a 3D digital artist, right?
Yeah.
So that was when I was first getting into digital art, like 3D modeling and characters and whatever.
Yep.
So I was like learning from him while creating some stuff on my own.
Yeah.
And then, turned out good.
Yeah.
Turned out good. I learned a whole lot in that sense. And now I'm like providing that same service to other people while I'm, it's a forever learning journey, but that was definitely the starting point.
Yeah. So you were, you're building the skills that you're obviously now using.
Yeah.
Like, what was that relationship with, what was his name? NPK?
Yeah.
Did that relationship, were you already friends with him?
Nope.
It's just like you reach out to him to kind of commission this work.
Yep.
And then he helped you learn about that side of the business.
Yeah, not necessarily the business, but just like more of the execution side of things, because I knew that there was a demand for stuff like that. Like there's things coming trends with graphics.
Yep.
And a year ago was metallic text.
Yep.
Everything was shiny. Everything was chrome.
Yep.
And then now it's the 3D shit. So I don't know. I just want to film. I was asking you about podcasts and stuff like that. I just want to know how things work. Yeah. Really. So I started learning that stuff. It's definitely not easy in a lot of sense, but you figure it out. I mean
time. the Crash and the Bends visualizer is very detailed and fucking vivid, and
it's sick, man.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So we're very proud of that one, and definitely more to come. I'm not done with the 3D stuff yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you give him like a real solid pitch in terms of how you wanted it all to look? Or was it a fair bit of his input?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of both. I'm like Kieran would attest to this. I'm so specific with my notes. Like I'll give you exactly what I want.
Yeah, perfect.
And like different, like what the scene to look like, reference images and stuff like that. Obviously we had like some back and forth and whatnot, but you know, it's just part of the process.
Yeah.
And also he's kind enough to answer my questions about, like, how do I make my character? How do I do all that stuff? So, yeah. Really good experience overall, I feel like. And I'm really glad that people enjoyed it. Yeah.
And people are still playing it, right? Like it's still going all right? Still got some legs?
In terms of...
The whole project, Eden?
Yeah, yeah, dude. It's 800K today, so...
Yeah, shit.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. 800,000 plays, like...
That's unreal.
Yeah, it's a lot of clicks. And... Yeah, like when I made it, I was like, if it gets to 500, I'll be really happy. But yeah. Now let's keep it going. Let's get to $1 million.
Yeah, fucking nice. Yeah. I think I really like how the project is kind of the run order of it. Like it's really well put together in terms of the run order, and like, you know, you got the intro, you got that little interlude, and even like I wrote down here like Other Side. I actually thought that's a fucking really solid track. Also, really good outro track as well.
Thanks, man.
Like, yeah, just the way that it was kind of put together was, you could tell it was like thought out and just done very specifically. So
yeah. Definitely took my time in that sense, and like that's how I like it in a lot of sense. Like, you know, with shooting videos and doing visualizers and whatever, because I have a very specific vision for all of these. Every content that I put out, like some stuff is random. I'll take a selfie and put it on the internet. That's fine. But like, with this side of things, like I feel like what I'm lacking at the moment is just resources.
Okay.
And you know,
what do you mean by that?
Oh, dude, if someone gives me $20,000, I will shoot you the most insane fucking video that you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I feel like that is all I'm lacking. Yeah. Because I have everything up here.
Right.
And it's just a matter of, like, right now, it's really, really good because I'm executing things without a $20,000 budget, right?
Yeah.
So I have to be extra creative. And during COVID, like, I couldn't shoot videos outside. So I had to be like, well, how can you make something that's banging without going outside?
Yep.
So that's where the 3D characters and the computer shit
right.
came from.
Yeah.
Because I still wanted to get something top-notch above others.
Yeah. You can still keep on putting it out and not needing to worry about all those
and not having to wait, right?
Yeah,
so it kind of forces you to think creatively, which is phenomenal.
Yep.
But yeah, like soon I'll like go up.
Yeah, cool.
And shout out to Braden Fun Films for always working with me. So love that guy.
Yeah, he's fucking. So did him and Nick? Sorry, let me just finish that sentence. He's fucking amazing. I kind of, when Kieran was here, we talked a bit about him, and man, I love everything that him and Nick are doing at the moment. Like, there's just absolute fire. Like, I think that I kind of am getting a sense. Like, obviously, you know, Sydney and other cities, Perth and Adelaide and stuff, Brisbane, they're all having their like moments, like in terms of like music. I feel like what's happening in Melbourne at the moment is very it's very diverse, and I think the quality is just insane.
Yep.
Just across everything though. Not just the music, but the music videos, the art. You know, when I think about all like, and I'm obviously talking about the handful that kind of exists within your world, like Braid and yourself, Martyr, Kieran, everything that I'm hearing, like the Ryko fucking Riverine track, I think Security.
Yep.
Like that hook is just
amazing. Yeah.
It's off its head good.
Yeah,
like
it's really, really good.
I put it on. So Vanessa, before Kieran came around a couple of weeks ago, I was playing the song, and then Vanessa's like walking around the house, and she actually has a really good ear for like good music. She's a very passionate music lover, and so she heard that song and she's like, "Is this him?" I was like, well, at the time, I actually thought Kieran was on the hook. I didn't realize it was Ryko. I was like, yeah, this is him. And she was like, this is fucking incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you know, regardless of who's actually singing that part, the song is still massive.
Yeah, dude. It's so hard to say, man, because like I'm sure every city has a bunch of people doing incredible things.
Yeah.
And obviously that's one of my favorite. Well, no, that's my favorite song that Kieran's ever made, to be honest.
Yep.
But Hills is really good too. But yeah, man, I feel like the city needs a momentum push.
Yeah.
As well, just like individuals. So what's more important is just like, you know, me as a individual continue to support other people and, you know, attend events, keep putting 120% into the things that I do.
Yep.
And keep collaborating with other people because I have no doubt that the talent is there, you know.
Totally.
Just opportunity, you know.
I can feel the swell, like the ground swell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can feel it.
Me too, in a lot of sense, man. Like, especially that shows are back and we're able to...
It's sick, eh?
Yeah, we're able to actually connect with people and like be in those environments again that, you know, you really start to see the impact of what everyone's been working on. And it's really, really cool.
Dude, how fucking wild was that show on Thursday?
Which was that was with the triangle, right?
With the triangle.
Yo. See, like,
what the fuck was that? That show was just like
theatrics on stage is such a lost art.
Yes.
In terms of what artists do now. And I'm gonna run my headline show in the next 2-3 months and you're gonna see me do some wild shit.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. But like, it's just like those little things, bro, it brings a vibe. Like, they were having a very like kind of tame set before that where they're just singing to the audience.
Just kind of just going through the songs.
Yeah, dude. But like, man, like people, this is how I see shows, right? Like I pay money to go to a show to have a good time.
Yeah, rock out.
And I'm looking for any excuse to turn up.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to bring out, dude.
If you bust a triangle out, I'm about to get fucking lit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And I remember me and Martyr did a show at the Workers supporting Kavinal. This was maybe like a year ago. We brought these bubble guns.
Yeah.
So we came out, we were just like shooting bubbles in the sky. It was epic.
Loose.
You know, just like those fun little...
It just adds a little bit more dynamic to it, you know?
Yeah, dude. At the end of the day, it's about the audience.
Yeah, totally.
About them having a laugh, having a cry, having a good time.
Bro,
at least.
I've never seen 10 people go so fucking hard as they did for that triangle.
Neither have I. It was bizarre.
That was a wild moment. But that happens, you know, you get this thing that we can all kind of like, you know, unite around.
Yeah.
And I just loved it because no one like hesitated. We all just went, let's go.
Yeah.
We fucking went for it. And yeah, that whole night was just off its head. Like Hindley set, like that dude fucking went hard. Like, and like, I don't know if you, Dolores, who was on after us, smoking the fucking joint on stage.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then a flamethrower dude that was in your set.
Yeah,
is that a friend of yours or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Steven. I did not tell him to do that.
Steven, you're a naughty boy. Okay?
I told him specifically, do not do that. But he was like, "You want to do it?" I was like, "Nah, dude."
Do you know what I found absolutely bizarre? That he didn't get fucking kicked out.
Nah, dude.
Like how?
It was insane.
You're doing 5 fucking bombs, and the security just walked up and goes, "Don't do that."
Yeah. Shout out to Laundry.
Yeah, shout out Laundry.
Shout out to Laundry. Like that's the place where I did my first ever show. This is the place I did my last show. So
hectic. Dude, I'll tell you what, they're one of the main reasons that me and Luke moved to Melbourne. I'm very grateful that Melbourne has a staple venue for up and coming artists. Totally.
I feel like so many people have started in that space, broke out of that space, gone
next level
elsewhere. Yeah. So
it's a breeding ground for hip hop and not
dude.
like in Sydney they didn't have anything like that. So we were just like, fuck it, let's go to Melbourne.
So fair, man.
Shout out Laundry.
Yeah. But, you know, I think we have an incredible amount of music venues.
Yep.
In the city, and there's definitely more to be explored. But
Totally.
Laundry is definitely a staple.
It's up there.
Everyone's going to, like, if anyone blows up out of Melbourne, that's the spot for it. I'm so glad that we have that, man. It's like a cultural icon in a sense.
It is. It's a very, it's a big thing. It's a really big thing. It's a place where you can go. You know you're going to get good music. You know you're going to get an experience. You know you're going to get someone who's just playing their first show, or you know, someone who's a seasoned vet, whatever. Like you're going to get the range of performances.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna enjoy it regardless of what happens.
Yeah. When I blow up, I'll go back there and do another show. You'll be insane.
Sell it out like 3 nights in a row or something.
Yeah, you'll be fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I see it.
All right, let's talk about Ballin a little bit.
Yeah. We're in the outfit, baby.
Rocking the outfit. How did the song come about? Where did Dan come into it? And then tell me about the plan and how it was executed. Because let me just preface by saying I love this one. I was here for kind of the art, the show, the merch, the video. Just all the little pieces that you seem to get right with Eden and now with Ballin.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And it started off with me. Well, all of this started off with me running sporting events with people on the internet. And I'm a very competitive person. I grew up playing hella sports.
Okay.
So yeah, I love all that stuff, and I think it's important.
Basketball was your sport of choice?
Yeah, basketball was my thing. I was playing footy in high school as well. But basketball is always the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, always the thing. So I've invested a lot of hours into doing that. and when I was doing my
you gotta show it off.
When I was doing my foot race with Martyr, Dan hopped on Instagram Live. He's like, I'll play you in basketball. I was like, say less. So we decided to do that. And I think the night before or whatever, he's like, oh, we should, no, this is like maybe 3-4 days before we actually did the one-on-ones. He was like, we should make a song called Ballin'. And we literally made that song that night. I made the first verse and the chorus in like half an hour. I sent him a little video snippet, and then he sent me like a GIF of him just loving it,
vibing.
And then I sent him the song. It was just gonna be my little verse at the start, chorus, dance verse, and then chorus, and that was it. It was gonna be like 2 minutes, short as hell. And then Dan did his verse. I was like, damn, son. I sent it to Kira, and Kira's like, bro, you got murdered on your own song.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do a verse, and then I got talked into it. So ended up doing that.
I'm glad you did that verse.
Day or two afterwards. And and that's pretty much how it came about. It came very organically. Like I met Dan maybe like a year or so ago at his first show. He can hella rap. Dan is so underrated, dude. Like, put Dan on. Dan is just as good lyrically, bars, flow, as any of these top guys. Yeah. I don't know why the fuck he's not up there.
He's got when you did the Ballin show, and that's the first time I seen him play live, and you just went for like song for song or whatever. Yeah. He's got a lot of fucking good songs. He
does. He's a great songwriter. He can rap really. Like, this is a fucked up thing about the industry. I'm going to say this. So many talented people getting slept on, and so many bums getting put on. I'm sorry, but like, that's facts.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that motherfucker can rap, bro. Like, if you put, Team Dan did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's, I don't know whether it's like a who you know kind of situation or.
Look, I have no idea. Like, no, like, shame to the artist or whatever. Like, I'm happy for everyone. If an opportunity comes, you take it. You know, you're never gonna say no. And and I've been in situations where I felt like I didn't deserve the opportunity, but you take it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, overall, you know, when I look at people like Dan, I'm just like, he's definitely doing his thing. You know, I'm not saying that he's not progressing or whatever. The man's almost on 100K monthlies. Yeah. But I just see him like,
going up.
Yeah, dude. But you know, it's a matter of patience. And I just want to see my friends fucking.
And what will be. I think, you know, once you're on that trajectory, you just got to be patient one day at a time. And
For sure. But yeah, he's a great artist, and I'm glad I made that song with him.
Yeah.
The live show was dope. So many people came through for him.
It was a great fucking
Came through for me.
lineup.
Yeah.
Great
yeah.
lineup.
It was sick, man. So
Aunt May, Sin Santos.
yeah, everyone brought it. Yeah, no complaints, dude. Those are the moments that you kind of like do it for. But
Yep.
more shows to come.
Yeah.
More shows to come in May. More shows to come in June. And then I still haven't done like a headline where it's just me yet, which is insane because I was going to do one for Eden, but obviously we're all stuck inside. So
Do you think it's too late?
no, I wouldn't do it for Eden. I'll do it for someone
wouldn't?
else. No.
Okay.
Eden, I will make Eden 2 at some stage too.
Okay.
So that would be a continuous.
Because I just feel like with the world that you created for Eden, it like you could do something really cool.
Yeah.
For a live setting, you know, you fucking deck a place out, you get some lights going, you get some drinks going. Like you could fucking really do something cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Like I've had different ideas
see it.
brewing in my head for a while.
Yeah.
And this year we're gonna bring that. We're gonna do a headline show for myself, and we're also gonna do a Kill Collective show. It's long overdue. We need to run that back because that was like the first show we ever kind of like all put together. It was awesome. We did it at the Gasometer. There were so many people.
Yeah.
So many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Just massive vibe. Yeah, hectic. And what's next? What's up in Brisbane? Talk about that?
What's up in Brisbane? Yeah. So
How long are you going away for?
So I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 6.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be there until the 30th.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing up there, I am working with artists, making content, going to theme parks, taking a little holiday, and also playing Golden Shores Festival with Martyr. So that would be in Surfers Paradise.
So a tiny bit of a working holiday.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Obviously, yeah, like I haven't given myself like proper time off to just go have fun.
Yeah.
Like I go through periods of just like work, and then I'll have, times like this. And I'm glad that work is starting to take me to different places, and it's really cool.
Yeah, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
That scenario, like going up and playing that would have been a surreal kind of moment. And
Yeah.
Also, I didn't say earlier, but like shout out fucking Martyr for letting you play your own songs. Like
He's the best.
That's hectic.
He's the best. I love that guy. Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I think it's so important. Like me and him met like 2 years ago, and he's helped me so much with. I wouldn't even say like actively being like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. He never really does that.
Yeah.
But I think it's just also just watching how
just lead by example.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like you see, okay, cool. This is how hard you have to work. This is what it takes to go to this level, go to another one.
Yeah.
And obviously just like being a good friend and like a part of the support network. And, I'm the same for him as well. But yeah, definitely very grateful for these opportunities. And it's so important to, as, this is how everyone goes up, because as you enter a door and go into a different room, you hold the door open.
Yeah.
And I try to do the same thing with other guys as well. But it's just like, it's so important to have that precedent in a sense.
Totally.
Yeah. So
I think that's one thing about this kind of generation of hip hop, and like in previous generations of hip hop in this country, I don't feel like that happened as much.
Yeah.
Like there was a little bit of gatekeeping and a little bit of like, we need to hang on to what we have because we might lose it kind of thing. But, if you're thinking abundantly and for the future, you won't close opportunities off to people.
Yeah, dude. But he's also like a very, just a very good guy.
Yeah.
Just a very, very good.
I'm yet to meet him. I'm sure I will at some point.
Oh, you haven't? He's tall as fuck.
No, I've seen him. We haven't met yet.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, just be a good person. I feel like that stuff is so underrated. in a lot of sense.
Dude, it's...
Just
Do you know what I was talking... You know Wesley Black?
Yeah, he's
Dude,
awesome.
he's a fucking G.
Yeah,
So that's the first thing. He's a G. But that's exactly what we were talking about because he goes, at the show, he was like, look, I listen to your music and I kind of like your music, but now that I've met you guys, like he was saying to me and Luke, he was like, now that I met you guys, I'm definitely going to listen to your music because he's like, you guys are fucking cool guys. And I'm like, same for you, Wes. Like, you're a fucking dope guy. I'm going to definitely support your shit now.
Yeah, for sure. Goes a long way.
Yeah.
And like I can't speak highly enough about Marty.
Yeah.
Can't speak highly enough about Kieran. Like these are the people that I need in my life. And it's awesome. It's awesome
special.
to like
it's very special.
Yeah, it's very special, man. And like having gone through like years of meeting shitty ass people.
Because here's the thing, right?
You don't take it for granted.
Yeah. You got like good musicians who are shit people, or you got shit people who are good musicians.
Yeah.
Wait, I said the same thing twice. You got good musicians who are shit people, or you got good people who are shit musicians.
Yeah.
All right? It's very hard to find good people who are actually good at their craft as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
So when you find them, fucking hang on tight.
Yeah, man. Like just, I don't know. When we hang out, there's no ego. Like,
yeah, totally.
There's no weird, like, oh, you got this? So like, you know, let's...
You're all building for the same thing.
Yeah. Like just, I don't know.
Rising tide.
Yeah, like...
Lifts all ships.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I feel like that's such a crucial part about figuring your stuff out.
Yeah.
You know, having the right people around, the right echo chamber, the right support system.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But yeah, going back to the point is I'm excited. And me and Martyr, we always put on a great show. He's a great performer.
Yep.
When Shogun.
I loved, would you say Young Shogun?
Yeah. When he's around, like me, Martyr, and Shogun have done one show together.
Yeah. Off its head. Yeah. When he jumped up at the ball, no, it was not the Ballin show. It was the one before, like where Olive. I think it was Olive.
Oh yeah.
And then I think Martyr jumped up for like
a couple songs. Yeah.
I was like, I instantly like felt your connection.
Yeah.
Like you and him, like the stage presence together. Like I was like, all right, this is fucking dope.
Yeah, man.
I felt it straight away.
It's a good time, but it's just like, well, you've been friends for a while. Like it's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy
totally.
in that sense. And it's the same with my DJ, Makia, as well. Like just communicating
Same
on
thing.
that level. It's easy. Yeah.
So what's we've touched on it a little bit here, but what's next for Carter?
What's next? So I will be so the next song that I've got, it will come out in a month time.
Okay.
It's with a guy from Brisbane called Baby Prince.
I know Baby Prince, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty keen to drop that one.
He's good.
Yeah, he's dope.
He was on the not Miracle. What's his
Blessed.
Yeah, he was on the Blessed track.
Yeah, the Dann song.
Yeah.
And he did the song with Mason Dann as
with
well.
Mason as well, yeah.
Yeah, he's fire, bro. I don't know if he's new. I think he's putting out a song called Zimbabwe. That shit sounded hard as fuck. So.
Okay.
But anyway, him and I made the song maybe like, I've had the song for a bit. I wanted to get a feature that sounds quite different from me.
Okay.
And he nailed it. He nailed it. So
that's the next one?
That's the next one.
And then probably headline show after that?
Nah, after that, I've got a whole tape with Double Effects, FFXRK is how you spell it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like he's very similar to me in a sense where he makes visuals and he also makes music as well. Very talented in both, and he produces and mixes and masters as well. So he's a bit of a
does it all.
Yeah, he's one of them dudes. But yeah, we were living together. 2021. Okay. So during that time, we made a project.
Oh, hectic.
Well. Yeah, so
hectic.
That's all finished and done.
Yeah.
And I need to put that out. That one's called, I'm not going to say it yet. But yeah. But yeah, so after that, I've got more singles, more collabs, and I've got a rap tape. And then I think after that, Eden 2. Yeah.
Is that all this year?
I'll fucking try.
Yeah, okay.
I'll try.
Yeah. See how we go.
Yeah, I would love to like go back to New South Wales, go to Brisbane again, and
Yeah. Go play
different
a few
places
shows.
and,
Do a little tour maybe.
yeah, I would love to, bro. Even if it's regional, even if I play to one person,
Yeah. Worth it.
worth it, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just,
Just want to make it happen.
I just want to make it happen, bro. And yeah, I see this whole thing as like a collection of different experiences.
Yep.
And I want to have these kind of experiences
Yep.
in my career.
Yep.
Where I play, you know, shows with hundreds of people, thousands of people, but also shows with 10.
Yep.
And I think it's important to get all of that.
Yep.
Yeah, built from a 1 point. Yeah, so
Love it.
that's it. That's it.
Kill Carter, do you have anything else you would like to share before we part ways this evening? Or do you feel like you've said all that you need to say?
I feel good. I feel good.
I mean, we can always do this again if you got some more shit to say. But
Yeah. I feel ya. I feel ya. I think that's about it. Keep streaming Ballin. Keep listening to my music.
Yeah.
And I appreciate.
And you'll get that free
everyone
car.
for doing so. You get that free car, bro. Like,
Run that shit up.
run that shit up, bro. You heard it here first.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, bro. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's been dope. It's been really cool. Thank you for making the time. And yeah, I got you just in time before you have to fucking dip to Brisbane. So worked out well.
We got on tour.
Made it happen.
Yeah.
Hectic. All right. Well, thank you, Kill Carter. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll chat to you next week on Slaaap Haaapy.
Goodbye.
Let a bug hit windshield, scrape those off. My team running up big hills, they won't stop. We can do it like this all day.